bonus episode, I thought we would read out another DM that has come into my Big Business Podcast DMs. And this one is about brands taking ages to send orders out after a big sale period. And before I jump into today's bonus, I wanted to remind you, I'm going to remind you until you've all joined, but please join my broadcast channel on Instagram. If you click on my Instagram page and then you hit Secret Boardroom, it's a free group that I have created. It's 100% free, and it's where you can talk with me and learn from me every single week. I've made it because I just want to continue the conversation beyond this pod. It's like my podcast and an extension of that. And I'm absolutely loving it. So if you're not part of the Secret Boardroom, just jump onto my Instagram and join. But let's get straight into this episode. This question is, hey Britt, I just wanted your take on a business not sending orders out after an end of financial year sale. It's been 5 weeks, since I ordered from a brand. And I just came across a Reddit thread and Trustpilot reviews to find that a lot of people have been experiencing poor customer service, huge delays in delivering, and even some were told the items that were ordered are out of stock, offered a credit, and others requested a refund, which took over 5 weeks. I am worried my order will be lost in the system like the others. I know no business is perfect, but I imagine fate would be onto socials apologizing for the hold-up and be transparent with their customers, whereas hasn't said a word. You even wrote the business in here. Ugh. I don't believe in competition, but it would be kind of one of our competitors. Thanks for sending through this question. And it's a great topic to talk about. And I don't know if I've already spoken about this on the pod. I talk about it so much on here. Like that I swear I'm just repeating myself like every 3 months at this point, but this is a great question and I can absolutely shed some light on it. So the world of how quickly we get things has made it really difficult for businesses at sales periods. So, for example, The Iconic and Amazon are two that have made it so hard for all of us, right? Because, you know, I literally just ordered something on Amazon before, a little tripod for my phone that like sits in my car because I'm liking sitting in my car and making videos. So I wanted like a little tripod that I can like have in there that my phone sits in when I'm recording my videos, and I'm getting it tomorrow. You know? And so same with Iconic. Like, I mean, I'm in Newcastle, so we don't get the same day delivery, but I know in major cities like Sydney and stuff, you can literally order shit in the morning and you get it that day, which is insane. And we do live in this world where everything is almost instant, right? You click a button and then it's there the next day. So when it comes to brands doing sales, that's when you're going to get the most orders that you ever get. Even more than when you do like a big, amazing collection launch, you will still get more orders in a sale period because everyone is so bloody excited. And I want to explain to you why it takes so long to get orders out the door, right? Because it's things that like people wouldn't necessarily think of. And we've fallen not victim to this, but we've experienced it ourselves because at Fate, we pride ourselves on trying to ship our orders super quickly, and it's something that we're always working on, and we're actually getting a new warehouse system, like a back-end system soon that's going to make our shipping even more efficient, which I'm really excited about day to day and also in sale periods. So that's going to be amazing for us. But even at Fate, generally if someone orders with us in the night, it will get sent out the next day. And our customers have become used to that. So even when we have a sale, it's going to take us longer to pick and pack and send out. And we get people going, hey, like usually it's really fast. Like what is going on? And let me explain to you why. Now, number one, as I said, when a brand does a sale, they're going to get so many more orders than they normally would. So the sheer volume is going to make it a lot longer of a process compared to day to day, or even if you do a collection drop, just the volume, the number of orders coming through is just astronomical compared to a regular day. So your team are going to have way more orders to pick and pack. Now, with a sale, the reason why it takes even longer to pick and pack, and again, I can only speak from like my warehouse. So at the Fate warehouse, we have like our picking, packing table and stations and scanners and everything. And let's say we did like a new big collection launch. all of our new arrivals will be sitting right there near the picking and packing table, because we always put the newest stuff right there. So when we do a big collection launch and new arrivals, our warehouse team are just walking back and forward to like this one area. Of course, people will order random stuff, but majority are going to order the new arrivals or the newer collection or whatever it is. So the distance that the team have to walk is a lot shorter, because it's just right there to the new arrivals section. But when you do a sale, because everyone's so excited, right? And let's say you're doing 30% off or 40% off or something crazy like that, people will go to the depths of your website. You know, they'll be going to the back of the sale page and the back of the tops page and the back of the dresses page. And so when you do a sale, everyone's not buying just from that one new arrivals section. People are spending up. They're ordering multiple items and more items than usual. You know, if you launch a new collection, you'll get on average people buying maybe 2 pieces or 1.5 if you want to look at it that way, or 2.5. But when it's a sale, you've got bigger orders as well as them shopping from the entire website, because people go nuts. They'll go find like the one size 12 left in a skirt from forever ago, you know, because they've gone crazy. So not only do you have more orders than you ever normally would, number 2, people have shopped from every corner of the website. And then 3, the orders are way bigger. Like, it's so common for us to have people order 4, 5, 6 items in a sale as opposed to 1 to 2 to 3. And so your warehouse team have to walk around the entire warehouse just to pack one customer's order, compared to if they're just shopping new arrivals and it's right there. And then if you times that by thousands of orders, that's so much more walking and work for the warehouse team. And so it takes so much longer to just pack one order, because if people have ordered something from the back of the sale page and then the back of the tops page and then a top from a year ago, like they have to walk across the whole warehouse to all different sections just to find that one customer's order. And that is why it takes so long. All of those things combined. Now, I do think it's the responsibility of us as brands to be open and transparent about this. So, for example, we did our start of financial year sale recently. I mean, the time is flying. It's already been like a month since we've done it. We don't do end of financial year. We do start of financial year sales. And we have our Fate Society Facebook community group, which I've spoken about on here before. And so when our sale went live, I made up a graphic, like an infographic, and we shared it in there. And there was like a whole info page about when people shop with us during a sale period. And I wrote on there, sale packs take way longer to pack than any other regular day or any other collection launch day. And I said on there, like I think I even gave everyone like a date. So normally people will expect their Fate parcel to get shipped out, you know, the next day. And I said, I think it was like a Saturday that like the day that the sale went live, that I posted that infographic. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. But I told everyone we were hoping that it was going to take them 1 week to pack, but it may be a little longer. And it ended up taking them in 1 week, as in like 5 business days, plus they worked a Saturday. But it ended up taking them 8 business days in total to pack our start of financial year sale orders. And so I did that post at the start. We also chucked it in our broadcast channel on the Fate Instagram, just to be like, here's all the info that you need to know. And I think customers will appreciate that also. It's just being transparent. And like, there's nothing wrong with orders taking longer to go out. I think it should be standard or expected from the customer's standpoint, is you should know if you're ordering in a sale, it might be slower than usual just because you're ordering with lots of other people. But I do think the brands have a responsibility to make that known to their community, especially if it's going to take 5 weeks. That is an insane amount of time. And I can only imagine it's taking that long because that's how many fucking orders that these brands are getting. But even if it's taking, you know, a week longer than usual, which is the case for us at Fate, I 100% wanted everyone to know that. And that's exactly what we did. So we did our post and everyone was really positive about it. They were like, go team, like, cheering AJ and everyone else on in the Fate warehouse. And then once it had been the week, they literally had, I think, 400 orders to go. And so I did another post in there. And it was like a photo of AJ and the warehouse team being like, we've got this many orders to go. And we took photos of like the last few that were left in the tub, like ready to be scanned the next morning. And again, it's just all about being transparent and letting your customers know, hey, this is how long it's going to take. Now, I think the reason why you'll see brands not be transparent about it on socials is because maybe they are worried that people won't order, which is, I do understand that. From a business standpoint, if it is going to take their team 5 weeks to pack, and they would know how many orders they're going to get roughly. Like we can always predict and make a projection based on previous sales and where our business is at in this moment in time. So these brands would 100% know. And my guess is if they're not transparent about it when they launch their sale, it's because they're worried that people won't shop. Which is a tricky grey area because I get it and you want people to order, but also shit, if it's going to take 5 weeks, I think you need to let them know. And the people that do want to shop and are happy to wait will. And I think it's going to create a lot more work for the business if they're not transparent about it because they're going to get absolutely spammed and flooded in their emails and on social media. So it is a tricky one. But I do think businesses have the responsibility of letting their customers know, hey, it's going to take up to 5 weeks based on our projections. I also think you need to be extra prepared for those times, which I'm sure all these businesses would, in terms of like having extra staff working and training them beforehand so they can get the orders out quicker. But when you do have a warehouse and a team, it's only like so fast that you can go every single day. Like there's only a certain amount of orders that you can get out every day, but all we can do is be as prepared as we can for those moments. And 100%, I think brands need to be honest and straight up with their community. And maybe if a brand wasn't expecting to get so many orders, which I know they would, they could jump on socials and say, we were not expecting this at all, even though I know they would know. But if it was a complete surprise for whatever reason, I think it's as easy as jumping online, posting in community groups, posting a reel, chucking up some stories and saying, hey, this is where we're at, this is how long it's taking, and we're absolutely working through it. I also think it's really important for consumers and customers to understand that it's not the fault of the customer service workers that the orders are taking forever. I get how frustrating it is, and I'd be pissed off too if I ordered in a sale. And like if I ordered in a sale from a brand that I loved, I would like in my mind, just based on like my job, I would know like it might take a week or two. But if it was going to take 5 weeks, like I would be pretty pissed off as well. But I do feel really sorry for those people working in customer service because I know they're the ones copying it. Same for the social media team or whoever's monitoring the DMs and comments. Like I know they'd be getting absolutely slammed, but it's funny because the people that are working in customer service and the people monitoring the social stuff, like they have no control over how fast the orders get out. So I always have an open mind when you're contacting these brands, and don't try to put all the blame on the person that's emailing you on the other end because they're just quite literally doing their job. And I can only imagine how stressful it would be for them to be in that position when they're like, oh my goodness, what can we do? But yeah, I think brands do have that responsibility to be transparent. And I think by being transparent, it's only going to, continue building that brand loyalty, and people will respect the hustle and all the work that needs to go into getting all those orders out. And that's my thoughts and feedback on that. I hope by the time this episode comes out, because I'm pre-recording this, I hope that you got your parcel or you got your refund or your store credit or whatever you were happy with getting. But yeah, 5 weeks is an insane amount of time, and I can only begin to imagine how many orders they got if that's how long it took them to send out, because it took us just over a week and it felt like it was never going to end with our Sophie sale. But hopefully this episode gives you some more insight into sale periods, and all you businesses out there, especially if you're a growing business, be prepared for your sale periods because they are absolutely crazy. Anyway, that's all for today's bonus, and I'll be back next week with a main, and don't forget to join my broadcast channel on Instagram, The Secret Boardroom, if you haven't already.